Hey everyone, this is LuckySevenDX. Welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Rangers Shadows of Almia. In the last episode, we explored Crystal Cave because we're heading to Hia Valley to learn more about the Stone of Princes, something that can actually reduce the power of the Shadow Crystal. So we're here with a bunch of Swinubs and a Piloswine. We caught Swinub last time, but 6 damage, ow. Maximum rude. We're going to want to catch ourselves a Piloswine though, and a couple of things as we are pretty much here at the valley here, just to take care of heading north a little bit, and we will be there. But first we have this thing to catch, and we will do just, that's right, he goes twice. And does a good 8 damage. Luckily for us, there will be a ranger station in Hia Valley, so we will be able to heal ourselves back to full health shortly anyway. As you can see, having that 1 HP recharge for capturing Pokemon isn't as helpful when you take 8 damage a hit from a Pokemon. And like 6 damage from being tackled by one. We just went down 14 HP in like 2 seconds there. Not necessarily the best time, but this is a source of 3 tackle. We actually are going to want to have a 3 tackle for reasons very shortly. We also have room for, I believe, for 1 more Pokemon, so I'm actually going to capture myself a Swinub because I'll want a 1 tackle for reasons as well as we capture some new Pokemon throughout the this episode here. So we'll start with catching a few things that we need here, and we'll move on to other things quite soon. So we go ahead, finish capturing this Swinub. I seriously need to be focusing and avoiding damage here because it racks up really quickly. Luckily, you get a fairly decent amount of experience per level at this point, so really you can level up pretty quickly and go from there. But for now, as you can see, we have to fight another Team Dim Sum thing. So we saw that they had a presence last time, and well, they're definitely still here as well. This guy is nice and warm, but he's guarding Empoleon because you need an Empoleon to get out to Almia Castle. I wonder if we're going to have a reason to go to Almia Castle. That sounds fairly dungeon-y to me. I don't know about you, but it's injured, needs treatment. This this resident of Hia Valley apparently is trying to, I kind of accidentally spoiled there a little bit, but almost spoiled. But he's going to very slowly type because it's cold, and he can't type very fast when it's cold apparently because your fingers are numb, I guess. I mean, I don't think it'd go that slow, but and by the way, we're like wearing like practically a t-shirt and shorts over here. Just saying, we're not necessarily the best. Luckily we're here to defend us, and also we have a fire Pokemon, so I guess he's keeping us warm? Question mark. Yeah, we're called Rangers, actually. We prefer that name as the Handringer Do-Gooder. Although Handringer Do-Gooder is a classy name, right? So, okay, come on, seriously. We need to take a minute to type things out here. This is a little annoying. So we had to capture ourselves a Houndoom, another new Pokemon that I don't think we've seen before. So, yeah, Houndoom. It'll do Dark-type things and Fire-type things, being a Dark and Fire type, so watch out for its Fire Breath. You actually can it's not big enough where you can't capture it though if you position correctly. And watch out for its dark coming out there. Ooh, look at that pose! I captured that like the perfect frame there of just cool badassery. But that's just, we're not gonna keep it unfortunately. It's a bad Pokemon, so we're going to cleanse it and it'll be off on its merry way. But more importantly, Team Dim Sum will be taken care of again, and we will help the guy with his Empoleon, because that Empoleon might actually be important quite soon. So, wow, rude. It's no time for a snowball fight. Can't let you use that here. Anyway, so we saved him. Everyone's was happy. His name is Palmer, by the way, because his son is, it's Murph's daddy. Hey, have you ever heard of the Tier of Princes? So yeah, we work at the Union, and yeah, he's Palmer because he's Murph's dad. Get it? Papa Murph. So he's Palmer. Okay, what's your actual name then, though, sir? I don't want your stupid nickname. What's your actual name? Well, apparently, if you become someone's father, does that mean, like, if I had a son named, like, Billy Bob, my new name will become Pabil Bob? Pilly Bob? Pa Bob? I'm a Pa Bob. Anyway, so welcome to Shiver Camp. It's the research team. This guy's a researcher, and they work for the Union. And they are doing research out here. They're basically the outpost of the Union in Hia Valley. So we'll have ourselves the ability to heal up in here. One of these things, there'll be a little ranger camp. But for now, we're going to head up this way and go visit his home. And he's going to go ahead and treat this Empoleon, which apparently was injured, I guess, from Team Dim Sum's attacking it. Because they, for some reason, are interested in Almia Castle. Could that potentially have to do with this Tears of Princes we're talking about? We'll see. So, yep, Team Dimsun, I guess they haven't really... living so far, they haven't really heard too much, but they do have the news, so we get a little bit more news of the crime map. Apparently, they've crimed in those areas, which is basically Boyleland and that and whatever the heck's up there. I think up there is a place we haven't been yet, but I actually think I know what that is. Where are the abducted Pokemon? Well, we saved them. That's where they went, but apparently they didn't want to report on that, despite the fact that was a long time ago. We've had reports about how we saved all the Pokemon happened before then. But I don't know, things are unfriendly. Team Dimsun's kind of everywhere. Giant crime spree. Murph's doing well. He kind of turned blue, but that's okay. Speaking of Murph, yeah, the blue pendant. Where did you get it? Kind of important. So it was a souvenir made by a girl named Mrs. Winter. I guess a woman named Mrs. Winter. She's more of an old lady. But Mrs. Winter, ha, because he lives in the winter, so is Mrs. Winter. I can name things in a video game too. If I lived in a place that was sandy, I'd be Mr. Dust. Or Sand. Probably make more sense. So, basically he's gonna work on the injury. We're gonna go explore Hia Valley and meet this Mrs. Winter. She seems like a rather charming citizen who will tell us more about what we need to do. The Ice Lake's north of us, which across the way is Almia Castle. Hint, hint, probably someplace we need to go. Hint, hint, probably should be paying attention to the fact that we're gonna get Empoleon. Hint, hint, good thing we're saving the life of one. Over here is the ranger station. As you can tell, it still has grass on the floor, even out here. I don't know why I'm trying to save, because that would kind of screw me over. Anyway, Recharger Styler, even they're all bundled up in here. It's kind of funny in their amazing pink outfit, but why can't there be male rechargers? Why did it be female? Gosh, game, why you gotta be sexist like that? Was what some people would say, I suppose, because that's what people do apparently when they feel like being important on the internet. I don't know. So they found themselves a heater in the form of a Gigarimo. Good thing it's not accidentally hypnotizing Pokemon. Oh man, hey, I use the March feature on my heater all the time. I don't know about you, but when I want to do a jig, I make sure I include my healer. My healer? My heater. Now things just got weird. Anyway, let's go ahead and... Is that the rest of the town here? Well, there's just this area up here. For the Staraptor, by the way, if we... obviously, Staraptor is the place where Staraptor will be able to take us to now. And there is, let's say, Staraptor here in case we ever want to leave. But we don't, because we have Plot to take care of today, and take care of Plot we shall. But we do have some new Pokemon to catch. First of all, this Prinplup over here. Obviously not catching Piplup, because we've had a Torterra or a Turtwig and Chimchar helping us out. You can imagine what the water type partner Pokemon is going to be in this game, so Piplup will be a thing that happens later. I mean, that's just kind of a given at this point. Are you really surprised? Not really a spoiler. But Prinplup's here, and obviously Empoleon's going to play a major role very shortly, so... It's little brothers here, who knows how to cut with flippers somehow. Never really understood the Pokemon logic behind that, but it is a thing. So, otherwise, mostly Pokemon we've seen already elsewhere. We have some Team Dimsum members here who are a little bit slow to the draw here. They lost their Gigarimo. Apparently, it was been dug up and it's now used as a heater. And they're just kind of giving up. They're having a cold time. There's a Vulpix here. We have caught a Vulpix before. Apparently, we're going to catch one again. But we had caught one before. So, oopsie daisy. May have accidentally ran into a Vulpix. It happens. So, we'll go ahead, add that to our collection, as I've said. And, what else do we have to get today? Well, actually, I guess, yeah, we're gonna have to get rid of one. As much as I don't want it... Oh, shoot, I could just get rid of the Prinplup. I don't need the Prinplup for anything. Oh, well. Because basically there's a thing over here we can tackle, and I figured, okay, I'll just use the Piloswine, catch another one, but I could have used the Swine up there, and then I could have used the Piloswine to attack for it, because we're going to need a free tackle later in this video. But oh well, I did things, and oh well. I'll just catch another Piloswine momentarily. As you saw, there was one nearby anyway, so it's not the end of the world. So we get ourselves a Delibird, the Santa Claus-looking Pokemon, who is going to give us plenty of presents, like death. So... These Delibirds do not do nice things, that's really all they do. They actually have a really consistent attack, as opposed to them in the actual games where their present move is extremely inconsistent and very strange and not really very good. But all of the trees here will have Delibird, so if you encounter more trees, you can tackle them, but you'll still get a Delibird. It's the only hidden Pokemon in this area, for now at least. So hello Piloswine, I'm going to need you again. Because I was a derp. So Piloswine will be great for what we're going to need in a second here. There we go. And nope, it's still more. Still got more. Alright, come on. There we go. That hum, though, get a little bit... Oops, I goofed. That's okay, I'll heal up once we are about to head out from the valley again. Anyway, we'll get another chance to heal, so it's not the end of the world. Plus, like I said, we're getting a lot of experience for capture here. Maybe we can level up? I don't know. It's still a potential possibility. Because, yeah, it's at least... It's base 300 experience for these guys. Just want to point that out. Base 300. Kinda silly. So we actually are going to need a burn at some point in this episode. But everything else we're not going to really need. So these 4 Pokemon will suffice for now. I'm just keeping the Muck in case I need a 3-Crush in the future. Granted, any sort of time that's going to happen, I'll probably have access to a 3-Crush nearby anyway, because the game doesn't tend to have instances where you have to get screwed up about it too much. But, yep, someone lives here by herself in the cold. So yeah, you're going to need a Empoleon to advance past here. We'll see that quite quickly when we head up here, actually. And if you remember correctly from last episode, I did mention that Empoleon would be the person who has river flow, so you can ride rivers with that. But yeah, the Empoleon that's usually out here is the one that's injured in the area right now. But you can find a Staraptor if once again you want to leave. Once again, I don't. So yeah, in order to go in this water, you can't use a Floatzel, you have to use an Empoleon, because River Flow 2 will allow you to smash through ice while you ride, basically. And well, we're going to need to do that. We're going to need an Empoleon. So while that one's waiting to be injured, let's go find out more about this area by talking to Miss Winter, who is in this cabin that we passed over here. So, it's taking so long that Palmer is apparently done treating the Empoleon's injuries. It's the log cabin. Let's head right in with Mr. Murph. I guess, does Murph have a last name? I don't know, maybe he's Murph. I bet his last name is Fee, because then he'll be Murphy. Ha ha ha. Anyway, my jokes are terrible, and I should feel terrible. So this is Mrs. Winter. Face looks incredibly pink, actually, if you just noticed. But a friend of wee Murph. Oh, you're learning more about Murph's childhood and family. He apparently lived in the land of snow. So, look for the blue stone. Like I said, Tears of Princes. Symbols of good luck, but where have they come? Okay, well, old folktale. Like I said, this section of the game is really heavy about the lore of Almia now. So, a children's storybook of Faith of the Age. Basically, we kind of heard this story tale from Brooke's mother once again about the king and the sons that quarreled and broke up and whatnot. Yeah, the King of Almia and the 3 Princes. We've heard bits and pieces of that. Oh, well, here we go. Some more about that. When the deep darkness arrived, he basically, yeah, a light that turned darkness into light, because apparently the king was upset that the sons were quarreling and kind of turned to darkness or something like that. It's been a long, it's a long story, but then we're gonna learn bits and pieces of as we learn about these princes, because 3 princes, you imagine that all 3 of them are gonna be important. So apparently they're going after something about the blueprints, I guess. A light that can get rid of the darkness. Well, the light of the pendant was certainly helping against the shadow crystal, so we've learned more about that. A fairy tale, though. She found it near Almia Castle, so it would appear the source of this is a giant blue crystal in the castle, but no one's found it so far. So, the shadow crystal and a giant blue crystal of light. Very interesting. And being a responsible ranger, it's going to be our duty to find this crystal, because if there's going to be a way to fight the shadow crystal, we better get ourselves our own crystal, right? So, we found ourselves an interesting tale, but we also found ourselves a mission to do. It's time to head to Almia Castle and find this mysterious crystal that no one else could find, because we're a ranger, and we can apparently do things that no one in hundreds of years could do. I don't know, but we stay here the night because it's been a long day apparently, and sounds like Empoleon wants to say hello to us. It's really happy that he saved us from Team Dimson. He's doing a little jig, a jig that involves walking in circles, but a jig nonetheless. Jigs are important, ladies and gentlemen. Do jigs all the time. So he waited for us to wake up, and then he's like, "Peace, I'm out. It'd be a shame if you want to be my friend later, because now I'm going to be a jerk and attack you if you try to come near me." Because heaven forbid I help you out for saving my life. Or, well, not saving my life, but save me from hypnosis, I guess. So, it ran circles around them trying to befriend them. It's cute. Let me see what you did there. That's cute. Anyway, like I said, we've learned about, we all have investigations to carry out. It's time for us to head to Almia Castle and see what awaits us there. So, oh, we got a bit of a call apparently, because we need to be told directly that we have to go to that. So, oh, we got some deciphering. And yet, the blue gem. So apparently the diary has some hints about the blue gem as well. So, we need to find it. It's very important. So if it exists, we need to do that. Time to go to Almia Castle. Oh, apparently you have a message from Murph's father. Oh, well, let's go tell him that then. Let's be a nice guy. Pass on the message. Murph's doing great. He's doing admirable work. He's a wonderful guy. If his jokes and his good nature, he's being a good help. He's not nearly as silly as he was before. So, he tells us that we're going to need the Empoleon to cross Ice Lake and head to the castle, and we will do just that. Okay, did you not hear us? He just told us that, sir. Also, because we went back to full health automatically. So now that we're at full health, let's go ahead and head north to the Ice Lake and to more adventures. Luckily, the Ice Lake doesn't have too many Pokemon to capture. It's mostly a sort of swimming puzzle. That will be very interesting. But make sure you take a Piloswine, and you don't need to take a Vulpix, but you'll find one eventually. As you can see, they've actually moved positions ever so slightly overnight. I think they're kind of being frozen to death right now. Probably should go get to the warmth guide. Yeah, he's passed out from the cold. Stay away from the light, sir! You're gonna have hypothermia. Just go someplace warm. World domination, not as important as a hot bath. I agree. So, anyway, I just want to show that off because it's kind of, oh, the mishaps of the derpy antagonist team. They're always amusing. So now that we've taken care of that, all we need to do is catch ourselves an Empoleon, and we can begin something fairly annoying. So, this guy, you can see the castle apparently, but he doesn't want to visit it because it's tough to get close. You need to get back through big blocks of ice that an Empoleon has to use to ram them, and whirlpools that if you get caught on will suck us back to the start. So we have a bit of a ice maze to take care of. Luckily, we have one of my favorite Pokemon in Pokemon history, Empoleon. Definitely in my top 5 favorite Pokemon of all time. I love Empoleon so much. It's definitely one of my major favorites. If I had to pick some Pokemon that I really like, Arcanine, Empoleon, Victini, those are maybe my top 3. Eevee's up there. Breloom was certainly up there after that Pokemon Let's Play I did. Man, that Breloom kicked butt. So, but Empoleon will always have, I mean, everyone who's watched my Pokemon Let's Play knows that Empoleon has an extremely special place in my heart. Empoleon, arguably the strongest Pokemon I had on my entire team that run. It was pretty awesome. So, we're gonna have to deal with currents as well, by the way. So, as you can see, it's a bit of an ice maze of sorts. So, we're gonna have to navigate this while we go, because we'll have stuff like these ice blocks in the way that we're gonna, you can't, the only way you ram them, you have to actually use the current to gain speed in order to ram them. So you have to use a current like that in order to ram them. When you're at full speed, an exclamation mark will go above your head. That'll let you know that you're reaching full speed and able to do that. Otherwise, you kind of get these areas over here where if you head on them, they'll just kind of take you back to the start. And otherwise, if you land in whirlpools, you'll also be taken back to the start. If you're in a whirlpool, all of the ice puzzles will reset as well on top of that. If you're not in a whirlpool, though, you'll be able to, if you just head back normally, you won't have to break the ice again. But if you do, like this, all the puzzles will reset. You'll start from the very beginning, no matter what. Even if you fall in a whirlpool later on, you will end up at the beginning here every time. And as such, this can be kind of annoying to navigate, because you have to constantly avoid whirlpools, or you have to pretty much start from scratch every single time, which is kind of annoying. As you can see, there's no reason to head over here, though, because that's actually a curtain. The only way up from this way is to actually head back here, and I think the only way up is this way, is it not? Yeah, so every other way is kind of way back. There's actually plenty of ways back, but not a lot of ways forward, unfortunately. Like, we could head over here and we'd head back to where we used to be, but we're not going to do that. We're going to try to speed up the process here. Is there anything up here? Nope, we need to have ramming speed for that, and unfortunately we don't. So ram all these. Careful to not end up in a whirlpool like that. Actually, don't head to the right at all, because that right path will take us back to the previous area anyway. So I actually you want to hug the left there, if I remember correctly, so I actually kind of goofed that up. I panicked and forgot what I had to do there. That's okay. Now, there's a path that leads to Almia Castle. There's also a path that leads to a hidden island, though, and that hidden island will have something we're going to want. So, let's go ahead and do this properly. We need ramming speed. Make sure you have ramming speed there. Very important. Oh, I think I went too far, but actually that's fine because I want to have here. This is where the hidden island is. So, that works for now. Because this is just okay, you just gun it straight. Nope, you don't gun it straight there. You gun it straight there, you end up in a whirlpool. I've apparently forgotten more about this ice maze than I thought. This maze is annoying. I will give it credit for being absolutely obnoxious. And if I screw it up again, I'm probably going to cut out some footage, because this is definitely a pointless waste of time now. Luckily, it doesn't take too hard to really? Really? You're gonna... Okay, let's get back to where I was before. Alright, so you ram this, you don't want to get stuck on the wall there. That can actually trip you up really easily. Alright, let's do this properly here. We're going to take our time while still breaking the ice blocks here, because you do need to break the ice blocks to be able to get past our thing. So, careful, okay. Kind of just build some speed up like this. And okay, so we actually didn't really even need to do that first one. It can be a little tricky. Sometimes the currents can deceive you and lead you right into whirlpools. Anyway, if you have a Piloswine, you head up here. You'll find yourself, well, first of all, an Empoleon to capture to be able to move forward, but you'll also find yourself a clump of snow that you can use a 3-tackle to do to get ourselves a new Pokemon. That's right, it's Abomasnow, as in Abomasnow. But I call him Abomasnow because thanks, Obama. I don't know, I think it's just hilarious that it's literally, you switch 2 words around, it's Abomasnow. I don't know, it's just kind of funny to me. Anyway, he'll have both ice and grass-based attacks, being an ice-grass Pokemon. He'll have a lot of HP, but he'll give you a lot of time to circle. Just watch out for the blizzard here, that can do a lot of damage if it hits you. And right now, I don't want to be taking any damage because I have the castle coming up soon. In the next episode, we're going to be tackling the castle, probably 2 episodes. It's a very long castle, as you can imagine. So, don't want to be taking much damage now. As much as I will have a level up soon to heal me as well. But still, like I said, don't want to be taking too much damage right now. It would be detrimental to what I want right now, so we're not going to quite do that. So, Empoleon does his thing, and we'll go ahead and capture him, and we can move forward. So, because we're going to need to get back into the water, basically, and try to hopefully we can make our way, we should be able to make our way back without, having to start over from the beginning. We should be able to start over pretty much from where we left off, luckily, so that's rather nice of them, so we can do that. Just be careful when you're doing the currents too, because there's sometimes where if you go too fast in the current, you'll go into the next one, and you won't be able to go from there, so just avoid the whirlpools, like that. There we go. I almost went to that one. It almost got me there. It almost fooled me. I was almost bamboozled. But fortunately, I was not bamboozled. So be careful here. You don't want to go too fast or you'll end up going down that current. And that'll take you back to the previous screen. And you don't want to do that. So be careful here as well. Hug the right wall and you'll end up over here. And now we have to do another thing. Because this will just take us back, I think, pretty much to the... No, it doesn't take us back to the beginning. What's over there then? Well, now I'm actually back at the beginning, so hang on. Oh wait, hang down there is just to where we... Okay, that down there is just where we were to break the ice beforehand, so that's not anything of value. So just gun that one straight on. I think, we just... Okay, so over here is the next section. You can kind of head over here, but this will basically just take us back the screen as well, or just take us to Whirlpool. So this entire right side is basically going to be our easy way back to the origin point after we get to this point. So this one, as far as I remember, you want to gun it straight on. Yep, there's nothing bad here except I'm kind of screwed now. Oh, no, I'm not! I had the mad jukes there, and I somehow managed to make it out alive. So yeah, you just gun that one straight. I was a little worried that they're going to fake me off a Whirlpool there at the end, but I should have trusted my instincts. I remembered it was one you just kind of gun straight, and indeed it was. So we're here at Almia Castle now. It was pretty much that easy, but unfortunately we have one last little puzzle to take care of before we head into the castle, and that is we head over here and... Oh no! The torches are going out. Oh, a torch went out and the door automatically closes. So, basically, all we need to do is just light the torch again. It's Zelda rule number 1. You light the torch. Luckily for us, we have a Vulpix to do that. That being said, you don't have to take a Vulpix here. There will actually be a Vulpix around here anyway who will do it for us. Why there are Vulpixes out in Land of Iceland, I don't know. But apparently there are, so that's all you need to do to open the door. Kind of a pointless puzzle, considering, like I said, there's quite literally a Vulpix right there. So, yeah. Anyway, before we're not gonna head to the castle in this episode. We're gonna show off the castle next time. But I am gonna catch an Empoleon and catch a Staraptor and just show you how to get back from here if you need to, and also just kind of demonstrate a little other area of this ice lake section before we do that. So, just a quick Empoleon capture. We'll also grab ourselves a Staraptor as well, so we can fly back here, because we should, keyword should, be able to fly back here now. If not, then I'll just do it in between episodes, because I'm not going to show it again. Because I've already scripted that ice lake more than enough today. And, Staraptor, hello, how are you? Haven't caught you in forever, as in, like, an episode maybe, but that's okay. We're going to capture it. Like that, and there we go. Staraptor gotten. And yeah, we're pretty much gonna wrap this episode just by showing how to get back. There is one more Pokemon we can capture up here. It is, I think you probably saw it already. It's this Jynx over here, so that actually isn't in our inventory yet. And Jynx is creepy as always. Jynx is just a weird Pokemon. Jynx just disturbs me, but she will use the Psychic Balls, so be careful, don't get hit by them. Otherwise, she'll do her usual sort of love thing. She'll just like shoot hearts everywhere or something, I think, probably. I don't know. She is a source of teleport, though. We already have Chingling for that, but then again, we don't want to use Chingling. Then again, we don't want to use teleport. I don't think we're going to really need to use teleport anyway. So, bye, you. I don't want you. Abomasnow, or Abomasnow, is actually a Pokemon we're going to need for a quest at some point as well, so I'm going to try to keep that one in my inventory. Actually, here's another new Pokemon, I guess. So we get one more new Pokemon before we go. Raichu, which is going to be an even stronger heal than Pikachu is. So if we ever need some recharging throughout this area, we will have a Raichu to do that as well, which I think will heal us for a good, I want to say 40? Maybe 30. I think it just heals for 30. So it'll give us a nice strong heal though to deal with. So if we're ever in trouble, we can heal for, you know, a good solid 30, which will be really nice to do. So we'll have that available if we so need to. But that being said, there's nothing here I really want to get rid of right now, so we'll grab ourselves a Raichu perhaps somewhere along the line, but it's not needed right now. We'll see plenty of them inside the castle, I'm sure. So from here, all we need to do is just kind of show off what you can do with Empoleon, which isn't really that much, because this area, well, there's a side pocket here that has a place to land, but as you might have seen in the upper screen up there, there's really nothing on this piece of land except for an Empoleon to get back off this piece of land. So I forget if there's something that happens over here that is relevant at some point. Maybe it could be like, there's a lot of Pokemon that don't spawn till late game, as in like post game. So maybe this is the location of a post game Pokemon, I forget exactly, but either way, this episode has been going on more than long enough, so let's capture this here Empoleon, and I'll show off the route back, the quick route back home, and we will hop on our Staraptor, fly back here, and end the video. So that's the game plan. And in the next episode, Almia Castle. Very lengthy, this is definitely where the game starts getting a bit more difficult too, so we're gonna have ourselves a good time here. It's gonna be quite a challenge, it's quite a challenging section of the game. So really all we need to do is hold down here, and you'll just, I mean, I guess you could hop at that whirlpool even faster, but this route is literally just go back home super fast, the route. So that's what this entire right side is for. It basically just brings you back here all sorts of quickly in case you need easy access back to Hia Valley if, say, you want to get that Piloswine from before. Of course, you can also hug the left side and accomplish the same thing, but, oh, really? I have to actually go inside the temple for that to be relevant. Well, okay. I will, you know what? I'll be right back. I'll just do it off screen right now. The river music's really nice in this game. It really is. Anyway, so, you know what? Just for funsies, no Vulpix, no. Before we're just gonna go ahead. We have the slot. Let's grab the Raichu just before we go, just to have it in our inventory, I suppose. as something to use in this area, because Hia Valley can be scary. This is definitely the point where having electric Pokemon around to heal you can be extremely useful, so we'll go ahead, grab this Raichu, and in the next episode, guys, Almia Castle, gonna begin. Gonna be a fun time. Like I said, this is where the game starts like getting even more interesting. I mean, not that it hasn't been interesting already, it certainly has been. I keep saying, going to get even more interesting. That's because the plot just continues to get better and better. But we'll tackle that next time, guys. LuckySevenDX signing out. See you guys in the next episode of Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia. Bye-bye.